Hello first grade, we're back with part 2 of our shapes project. So our first shapes project was the paper cutouts. On Matisse we did some organic shapes. They're crazy and round and colorful, and we cut and we glued and you made 2 projects. This is going to be our third shape project, and this is going to be a geometric shape project. So we're going to do some geometric shapes. You're going to need the paper, the painting paper from your packet, and crayons to start, and then we'll do watercolor later on. So I'm going to have you just pick a crayon, any crayon, and we're going to start. So everybody's is going to look different. I don't want you to follow mine exactly. I want you to kind of do your own thing. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a vertical line going up and down. Anywhere on your paper you can do a vertical line. Now, somewhere else on your paper you're going to do another vertical line. However, you're going to have to color between them. So if you put one way over here, you're going to have to color this whole middle. So I wouldn't do it too far. So I'm going to do another vertical line here. Remember, vertical lines go up and down. And I'm going to color between them, making a very tall, skinny blue rectangle on my paper. Color this in. Remember, I've talked about how sometimes when we're coloring, it makes it easier to turn your paper. It can be kind of fun. Okay, so I've got my primary color blue, 2 vertical lines turned into a tall and skinny blue rectangle. Go ahead and work on your rectangle. Then we're going to pick another color. I'm just going to go with the rainbow. I'm going to go with blue. And we're going to do 2 horizontal lines that come out of your rectangle. So I'm going to do one going this way and one going this way. Horizontal goes side to side. Now you can do them both on this side or both on this side. That's up to you. And then you're going to pick one of these rectangles to color. So I've now made 1, 2, 3 rectangles, and I'm going to color one. And I'm going to color this big one, green. Again, I'm turning my paper to help me color quicker. Coloring this in nicely. Okay. And then I've got this line over here. Let's go ahead and color that one too. Mine as well. Let's do 2 rectangles. 2 green rectangles. And remember, you don't have to use green. You can use whatever color you want. I'm just going along with the rainbow. So I did blue first and then green. So for me, my next color in my rainbow would be yellow. And with my yellow, I'm going to go back to vertical lines. I'm going to go up and down 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. 3 vertical lines. You can see we're just counting up as we go. And I'm going to color 2 of these with my next color. So 3 lines, 2 rectangles get colored. And if you can't keep up, you just go ahead and you pause the video. Remember, your lines can go anywhere as long as they're just the right direction, vertical, up and down, horizontal, side to side. They don't have to be exactly where mine are. Everybody's project's going to be a little bit different. So there's my yellow. Got 3 more colors to fit in here, so we got to kind of be a little less big. So we did our horizontals, or our verticals. Let's do our horizontals. Let's do 3 of those. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to color 2 of these orange. So I'm going to start with this little baby guy. So 3 lines, 2 rectangles. And I'm going to do this kind of medium. This is almost a square here. This one doesn't even look like a rectangle anymore. We might have made a square here. So we're sticking with our rule of 3 and 2. Draw 3, color 2. And again, as always, if you can't keep up, you just pause this video and you work at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to rush and keep up with me. Next in our rainbow is primary color red. And we just did horizontals, so we're going to do verticals. And let's do 3. So here's 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to color 2 of those. So I'm going to do this little guy down here. And this tall, skinny rectangle here. Okay. And we have one more color, which is purple. And we're going to do our horizontals with that. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to color in 2 of those. So I'm going to color this one. And this one. Okay, now going back, I have 1, 2 purple. I'm going to put purple back in the bucket. I have 1, 2 red. Going to put red back in the bucket. I have 1, 2 orange. Orange back in the bucket. 1, 2 yellow. Yellow back in the bucket. 1, 2 green. Green back in the bucket. I do not have 2 blue. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw another blue in just to fill in some of this white. Okay. And then you can leave these if you want, or you can color them. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color mine. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do white. We did the white with our birch trees, and I think I'm going to do white on these extra squares here. You can do white, you can do black, you can do a color. I'm just going to do white. Got a little other crayon mixing in, which is okay, it happens. I'm going to do white, and you'll see why in just a minute. So I want you to color this, and ta-da, that is done. So we are going to, when you're done with that, you're going to grab out your watercolors and your water cup, and we are going to do some painting. So I want you to get your brush, and we are going to use black paint today. So I want you to stir, stir, stir on that black paint, and we're going to paint right over top our crayon. And we're creating that same watercolor resist that we've done before. It's a really fun, neat effect. Covers really well. And you can go over your white. And what happens is that black paint goes through onto your paper, and it fills in the white parts of the paper that the crayon did not get, but it won't cover up your paint, which is why using the black is okay on top of the colors, because the crayon is wax and it does what we call resists, and it resists the paint. Okay, I've got my white ones there. I want to make sure I get those 2. Okay. Got my blue going. And I'm painting pretty fast. You can take your time. It might take you longer to do this and get this whole thing covered. So go ahead and do that now. When you're done, if you want to, you can take a paper towel or a tissue, and you can go over and you can wipe off the extra paint while it's still wet, and it's going to leave behind what was not covered up, what was crayon. Now my black did not get particularly dark, so maybe I want to go back and do a little bit more. It's hard to get the black paint to be black sometimes. Let's see if that helps if I do that. No, that actually didn't really help. All right, so maybe don't do that. But you can go ahead and you can wipe it with a tissue or a paper towel if you have one on hand, and your beautiful colors are going to come out. And we have a bunch of geometric shapes. We have some squares, we have a lot of rectangles, a lot of straight vertical and horizontal lines, as well as a good review of our color wheel. This is a great little project. Love this one. I hope you guys had fun with it. As always, when you are done, have your parents help you take a picture and send it to me on Schoology. All right, goodbye, first grade.